Good morning, everybody. It's Carpo. I'm back. Got a few videos this morning to upload because I'm inspired to upload a few videos. But question that I had that wanted to propose, and I haven't been able to really word this and figure out exactly how to word it, I guess. But are there superior people? Is the question. And when you ask that question, instantly you get a very, very mixed bag of reactions from people. You say, are there superior people? Are there people that are superior to others? You get a lot of people who get angry when you ask questions like that. But superior in what sense? And what I mean by that is, are there people who can consider themselves better people than others? So, I proposed this question to someone the other day, and they said, no, absolutely not. We're all equal. And I've really had to think about this because we are born equal, I believe. I know some people believe we're born in sin and that we're born as, some people believe that we're born reincarnated. Some people believe whatever you may believe before or after death. I'm talking about in this life as we're born. We're born as equals. We're born with the equal potential from anyone else. And if that weren't true, then it would be a very daunting task, life in general. This is, many determinists believe that we're, everything's set in stone, that our lives are already set out ahead of us and we have no say in it. There are some Christians who believe that we're all born, I believe it's the Calvinists that believe that some of us were born to go to heaven and others were already born to go to hell, therefore determining that some men are maybe not superior, but they have a superior future ahead of them. My question isn't along the lines of do your attributes or do your looks or your actions, your actions do, but not whether things you can't control make you a better person, especially not race or culture or anything like that. But when two people are given equal opportunity to learn how to be a good person, and let's say they, at one period in their life, they're both equally, both have equal integrity and values. One guy decides to go off and pursue a career in, let's say he becomes an oil baron and starts making, billions of dollars at the cost of people, at the cost of the environment, harming others. The other man has the same opportunity, but he chooses to turn it down and to take a regular job at 30 grand a year, minimum wage, trying to make a living for his family because he's trying to follow the right path and he doesn't want to harm the environment or take more than his share. So could you look at those two people and say one is superior? And people would say, well, some would say no and some would say yes, the one is superior in values, but maybe not as a person. But my question is, don't the values make the person? When we're in a community and there's a murderer, we put them in jail, put them in prison. Would people consider themselves superior to that murderer by saying, I wouldn't do that, or look at that person, he deserves to die? And often that's kind of the way people see it. You screwed up, you made a mistake, and you're less of a person. That's why you're in jail. But people are afraid to say one group is superior, one person is superior, because there's so many connotations with that through history that have caused so much conflict. You could look at Nazism. This is exactly what happened in Nazism. A lot of people don't know why. It wasn't just the Jews that were persecuted. Hitler decided that after World War, he looked back at World War I to see what had happened, and he was under the impression that the Jews and the people who had the money in the community had caused the problems because they were taking more than their share. And he believed in a superior race. So whenever somebody says, are people superior, people have that connotation with it to say, no, of course not. It's not about racism, it's not about classism. It's about moral values. But if you take two people next to each other and say one has greater moral strengths and values and he's living his life with integrity and the other one isn't, there's also so many different reasons that could be, such as maybe one person was raised and didn't know any better. You see what I mean? So I guess superior isn't the right word, but you could say, are some people better people? Are some people better humans? But even that, you say, what's better? You know, that's why the question, I haven't even proposed the question, is because it's just so complicated. You know, some people would say, yes, absolutely, they're superior people, and they take it too far, and they say, oh yes, I'm better because of this or because of that. Some people think they're superior because they have a better house or a car, or they have nicer hair, or fancy clothes. It's pretty sad. But I'm talking about stripping everyone down, skin and all. Just removing their bodies and taking them down to their essence. We have to believe that some people are better people, because if we don't, then what do we have to work towards? And when we look at two people who have lived a long life, and one has lived a long life by abusing others, and another one has lived by treating others well, which life do we want to follow? There obviously is a superior path. There's a better path. But that's an individual choice, so I can't say who is superior to another. I'm definitely not saying I'm superior in any way. I have so many faults and flaws and things to work on in my life. I don't think that's a bad thing. That's what keeps me motivated. But I would like to work towards being that kind of person who is all around content and wants to share and care and give just out of the love and kindness of my heart, rather than ever out of obligation or you know. These are the values I work towards, and I wonder if those who have taken a different path, who have chosen to be self-righteous, should be looked upon as lesser people, or if we should just accept it for what it is and part of society and realize that it's a balance and they're not lesser or more, just different. I'm not really proposing that I have an opinion one way or another, but because I can't vocalize the way I feel, but that's the best I can do for now. So what do you guys think? I mean,